Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome in this dark episode of Blunt Force Healing podcast. This is number 651, and apologies for the whole visibility, quality, and my own voice, and maybe not attitude, but the vibe of it. But I am recording it still on Saturday, despite the fact that I already recorded and published episode and the blog posts. But I wanted to record it for a reason. Maybe because it's out of schedule, and I hope it's just another episode. But I'm currently driving towards Letterkenny Hospital, which will take me probably an hour. And the reason why I go to Letterkenny Hospital is because yesterday I felt something weird happening with my heart, but it went away after an hour or so. But today in the afternoon I started feeling the same, and it remained with me until now, and it doesn't seem like it wants to go away. My blood pressure is quite high, and also I feel occasional extra beats on top of my normal heart rhythm. I thought it's just maybe just something that I feel, but it's not happening. Sometimes we have different episodes of arrhythmia or whatever, but that are not necessarily anything to worry about. But this kept happening for the last couple of hours, and I decided to ring the out of hours GP to check if they can help or they can advise me if that's something I should be going anyway to hospital, or maybe they can save my visit to hospital and hospital resources and address it locally to some extent. After I described the symptoms, they said that it's better if I go to the hospital, to not delay it. They won't be able to do much if they won't be able to give me any medications or anything like that, because that needs to be done by cardiologists. So it will only delay the whole thing. So I said that I will go to the hospital. Of course, nurse asked, well, do you have anyone to drive? And I obviously said that I have a wife, but Elizabeth is provisional driver, so in theory, in one way it would be legal, but I don't want her to stay with or without Julian in the hospital and wait for me, nor drive back alone the whole way from Letterkenny back to Donegal. So, and also I don't want to call the ambulance because I don't feel critically ill or don't have any fainting or weakness episodes, so I'm pretty sure I can drive normally, and I will be driving carefully. I'll get to the hospital and we'll see what they will tell. I suspect it might be related to something that I had before once. It was pericarditis. That was an episode where some virus infection went as far as the pericardium, which is that external sac that is holding the heart muscle in it. So that wasn't emergency, but it felt like it. It felt like a heart attack back then because of inflammation and the pain that the heart was causing when it was rubbing against the sac. So at the time I got some steroids or whatever, and it was gone after a couple of days. But I'm not sure about this one because the symptoms are weird. And I don't want to risk it. If it's the same thing, then grand. But I want some expert or whoever it will be, cardiologist, or at least a person that knows their trade and they can medically confirm that or validate something else. They have skills, they have knowledge, and I need to trust them. My only job at the moment is to drive carefully, get to the hospital and get checked. I expect to stay in hospital quite a while, because even if they won't take me to the actual bed, hospitals in Ireland are, even in emergency situations like emergency departments, are usually overloaded and wait times are ridiculous sometimes. On the other side, I think that they treat heart-related or chest-related issues with priority, so hopefully it won't be that long. But I expect a couple of hours in the hospital anyway, assuming that everything will be okay. I used Apple Watch ECG, which confirmed my worries that every time I feel like a flick or that extra beat, it shows on the ECG at the same time. And Apple, when usually it just can correct certain things and can give you within tolerance the sinus rhythm and confirm that it's okay. In my case, multiple times I received, between the sinus rhythm confirmations, the inconclusive results, which might be related to abnormal arrhythmia that Apple Watch is not able to classify. And that's one vector that caused me to ring the Now doc, as we call it, so it's GP out of hours. They advised me to go to the hospital to not waste time. So here I am. I'm a little bit tired, so I need to be very careful. We've been with sauna at Rosnola. It was quite windy and cold for the weather that we saw in Donegal. It was, most of the day it was pretty warm, but Atlantic winds at Rosnola were quite chilly, and it wasn't pleasant on the outside, but obviously sauna was something that we were hoping to give people to warm them up, but it was also quite empty on the beach, which was surprising. Saturdays are usually packed, so I don't know why or what was the reason that it was like that. So I'm not sure if I will post just this as an episode tomorrow. It all depends on a couple of unknowns that are yet to be delivered. But I will be recording separate segments and either stitch them into another episode or maybe add them to this one. I don't know yet. It's already ridiculous. You're watching something that barely looks like me, and it's very dark, so let me keep driving. I'll be updating you as the thing goes. Wish me luck. I hope you have a great rest of the day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Stay tuned, and hopefully see you again tomorrow.